Like I get why you're doing the longs and shit. Because I didn't know what time you did the trade, the long and the 2 hour demand until I saw the NQ, and it was at a key 45 minutes. So I can
This
see.
is a perfect example here.
Also, I'm barely learning. I'm barely getting the hang of the weaker and stronger thing too. So Eric, you're up on this one because I need a refresher on this.
Are you recording, Eloy?
Yeah.
All right. Look at here. This is ES on the 20th, and this is NQ on the 20th also. If you look at the percentage here, NQ is negative 73 and ES is negative 62. When NQ pulled back here and made this pop, it was the weaker instrument. So the fact, what time was that? 7.
Can you put the two charts back to back?
Oh, I don't know how.
Just on SPY, put ES.
SPY.
Or VX, whichever one you could just put it in so I could see them at the same
No,
time.
because this is a screenshot.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. Oh, no, then keep going then. My bad. Never mind. You're good. I just wondered if you could do it.
Oh, here we go. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Both?
They're both NQ.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know. I didn't look. I just thought two different charts.
There you go.
Can you guys see it good though?
Can you just make the ES one a little bigger? Like just stretch out the screen a little bit? Yep. All right. That's better.
All right. So NQ was the weaker instrument and ES was the stronger instrument here. So when NQ dropped into 45-minute demand, that was key for since the weaker instrument bounced, and when it pulled back, it didn't like make a lower low. Was key that when ES, the stronger instrument, was hitting support, that it was going to keep bouncing because the weaker instrument didn't move low, didn't keep going to the downside. So if I have an idea of, okay, when ES comes down into my key zone and NQ is the weaker instrument, I want to see NQ also hit support and hold that support to give me confidence that the stronger instrument ES is also going to make the move that I want it to do. Because the weaker instrument in this case is at support and it's holding that support.
So it's following what ES is doing.
Yes, you can say that. But what's more important is that the weaker instrument, whether it's NQ or ES, and you want to see a bounce, is that the weaker instrument finds support. Because if the weaker instrument is being supported, then the stronger instrument is obviously going to be supported also.
Why is that though? Why is the weaker instrument
I thought the opposite
more important to? Yeah, I would think the opposite.
Because we're falling. Say, for example, that the stronger instrument is at a resistance point. Say ES is at resistance and NQ is at resistance also, but ES is the stronger instrument. You want to see ES break the resistance and hold above the resistance so that NQ will also break its resistance. Because now you're seeing the stronger instrument break through and hold above, so the weaker instrument is most likely going to follow along. But that's at resistance. So you want to focus at it at resistance and at support. If the market's at resistance, you want to see the stronger instrument break through support to keep going to the upside.
Wait up. Okay, so in my head, what you're saying is what I want you to say for the resistance, but for the support, you're doing the opposite.
Because we want it to break through. If we were looking for it to reject resistance, then you would want to see the stronger instrument not break through that supply zone.
But then why are you putting emphasis on the weaker instrument
for support
to hold?
That's at support though.
No. When we want it, when ES is at resistance and we want it to hold resistance, why is the weaker instrument more important for it to hold when the stronger instrument is already holding?
I didn't say that.
No,
so I'll say it again. I'll say it again. So when ES, it's hard to not have an example to be showing you at resistance. Say ES is the stronger instrument and we're at resistance here at the 30-minute supply, and NQ is also at the 4-hour supply. But ES is the stronger instrument. You want to see the stronger instrument. This is if you want to see a breakthrough supply.
No. So, say the hold. Say the hold. The breakthrough I get. The holding.
Okay, if you want to see rejection of supply.
Yeah.
So NQ is the stronger instrument. I mean, ES is the stronger instrument. So it's at 30-minute supply. You want to see the stronger instrument reject 30-minute supply so that the weaker instrument also does the same thing at supply. But at support, you want to see the weaker instrument be supported so that ES bounces also.
But that's what I don't get. Is ES the stronger one in this one? Because you're saying NQ has to hold so ES can go. I don't understand that.
It doesn't. The instrument doesn't matter. It's all depending on which one is the stronger or which one is the weaker instrument.
That's what I'm saying. So in this case, if ES is the stronger instrument and NQ is the weaker instrument, why is it so important for NQ to hold so ES can go up? If ES is already the stronger instrument, like I'm saying, if NQ is a weaker instrument and it follows ES, why am I looking at NQ first rather than ES if it's already holding?
Or like
because if the downside pressure is still heavy on the weaker instrument, then the chances of the stronger instrument continuing to bounce is not going to be as likely.
But then why is the stronger and weaker instrument even a thing then? My brain can't comprehend this.
I see that.
Because it's like, but it's because you're saying what I'm trying. Like, I understand where Gabe is at because I'm still trying to figure it out too. Why wouldn't we want to see NQ be the stronger instrument at support, and then that's going to confirm us that ES is going to follow? But you're only saying it when NQ is the weaker one.
Because when the market's falling, the downside pressure is in control, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Sellers are in control. So if you want to see sellers not be in control and you want to see a bounce, then you want to see the weaker instrument not continue falling. Because if the weaker instrument continues falling, then sellers are still in control, no matter if the stronger instrument has found some buyers. At buying.
Wait. Say that again.
If the market's falling, you want to see the sellers, and you want to see a bounce. You want to see the sellers lose steam. But if the stronger instrument bounces, that's not going to be a legitimate bounce if the sellers are still in control. So it could be a quick fake out, and the selling on the weaker instrument continues, the market's most likely going to continue to the downside. But if the drawing truly dried up for real, a weaker instrument is also going to bounce.
Oh, I get it. Okay, so let me try to reiterate what you said in my terms,
Paint
right?
it out. Paint it.
So let me know if I'm right or wrong, right? All right. So just because the stronger instrument bounces doesn't mean it's a true bounce unless the weaker instrument holds support, because that proves that the stronger instrument isn't going to falsely break out or break above.
Correct.
Like it's what am I trying to say? Like, I know what you're saying, but I can't. My brain's so fucking stupid. It can't like explain it, but I get it.
Dude,
I know what you're saying.
I get where you're at because I remember feeling like that. And I still like, as I'm explaining it right now, like I feel like I'm understanding it more. But like I'm trying to think how can like we say it in the like try to say that on the upside.
What do you mean?
Like the opposite
Like
for
with
shorts.
resistance. Yeah, the opposite.
Like, okay, so if like if it breaks resistance or holds it.
Whatever you feel comfortable explaining.
All right.
Yeah.
If ES goes up to that 30-minute key resistance supply zone, yeah, and it breaks below, it doesn't mean it's going to continue going down unless the weaker instrument goes into that 4-hour supply. And it's like a behind the scenes of what's going on ES. It's like whatever NQ is doing is backing what ES is doing. I can't explain it, but it's like a behind the scenes into the drop or the rally. I know what you're saying. I can't explain it, but I know what you're saying.
I feel like I
It
get what
makes
y'all are
sense.
saying too, but I'm missing like a few words to make it all click.
Yeah, it's hard to explain, but I know what you're saying. It like something just when I told you to reiterate that, I was like, oh, this is something.
Yeah.
I can't.
I'm trying to I don't remember the thing.
Real quick, say again the numbers at the top, like the negative 0.62 on ES right now, and then
So
the NQ.
yeah, go.
Just what's for sure telling you which one's weaker and which one's stronger? Because there's times where I think I just messed up what Eric explained last week on like what number has to be smaller to show you that one instrument is weaker or stronger.
So right now, which one do you think is weaker or stronger? ES is negative 62% and NQ is negative 73%.
So I keep going back to last week. What I understood is ES is weaker because it's a negative 62.
Nope. ES is stronger because negatives go the opposite.
So negative 62 is above negative 73, right? That's what you mean?
Yes, because it goes the opposite. Remember,
right.
Put a zero, make a spectrum, put a 0 in the middle,
right?
And then on the left side of that 0 is -1. On the right side of that 0 is +1. The further out you go, the bigger the number it gets, which means the weaker it gets. The further out to the right you go on the positive means it gets stronger. So if this was positive, if ES was positive 62 and NQ was positive 73, then NQ would be stronger. But since it's negative, it's going further to the left.
Okay, I get that now. That makes sense. And the top number, does that mean anything?
No.
Okay, it's just the bottom one. All right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So say in this case, NQ is positive 73 and ES is positive 62. And we're at this 4-hour and this 30-minute supply. So in this moment, if NQ is positive 73, NQ is the stronger instrument. So if we want to see ES So in this moment also, bulls are in control. Bulls have control of where the market is going because they keep buying, so the market keeps going higher and higher. So if you want to see the market get hold and break above 30-minute supply on ES, you want to see that on NQ, the stronger instrument has either gone to the top of this supply zone and it's holding above there, and when it pulls back, it holds above this 4 hour at the bottom of this 4 hour supply, because that's showing us that the stronger instrument, bulls are still in control. So ES will most likely also break through that supply zone.
Wait, so if it's positive, it's the opposite?
Exactly. Bulls are in control.
Oh, I fucking get it now.
But when it's falling, bears are in control.
Right. Does that
So
mean
when
with the
it's
positive or
bullet,
negative number? So if
it,
it's negative, are the bears in control? And if it's positive, bulls are in control? Or not?
No, so okay, so let me see if I get it. Okay, so since this is negative, you want the weaker instrument, which is NQ, to find support. But
exactly.
if it's positive, you want the stronger instrument to find support.
Exactly. Yes.
Oh yes, fuck yeah.
I gotta
So
rewatch
it's
this
just
video.
so it's the same idea, Eloy. Just if it's okay, so you put more emphasis on the weaker one to find support when it's negative, and then you put more emphasis on the stronger one to find support when it's positive. And Eric, let me know if I'm fucking it up.
I think the words you're saying is what
Confusing?
me. When it's falling and it's coming into a demand zone, I want to see that the weaker instrument is being supported. When it's rallying and I'm expecting the market to either reject supply or break through supply, I'm paying attention to the stronger instrument.
Okay, I'm confused again. Fuck.
You have it. You have it. It's just I was trying to say it in a different way.
Just gotta keep repeating it and seeing more examples when we're live.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every time when we open, I'll say which one's the stronger instrument, which one's the weak. I'll try to just like say that.
I get that part. I get that part. But it's just how you use it is I can't comprehend it for some reason.
We just need some more examples later on throughout the week. This, like, I guess for your week, that should be your no. Like, try to just get yourself to understand what that means in your trades.
Yeah, that's for sure what I'm gonna learn next week. Do you understand, Eloy? Because I'm confused, kind of.
I kind of understand the seed has been planted and I'm just waiting for it to grow because I'm kind of understanding where Eric's going with it, but the same, like, I can't comprehend it yet, and that's not because it doesn't make sense. It's more of like, oh, I just need to keep going and it'll make sense. I just right now don't fully get it.
Yeah, it's just when I think I get it, I go backwards.
Yeah, there's been little moments where Eric's talking and I'm like, oh, I think I get it, but then he keeps talking and then it confuses me a little more, but it's only because
Yeah.
I don't have enough of it like registered to like immediately understand what he's talking about.
So you get which one's the weaker and the stronger, right?
Yeah,
Like
I
if
get
it's
that
negative.
now.
Okay. Remember, it's a spectrum, but the further left you go, the weaker it gets. The further right you go, the stronger it gets.
Because at the moment, since yesterday, when Eric kept saying which one was weaker or stronger, I just, regardless of knowing which one was negative or not, and then which one matters the most at support or resistance, I was just more like, all right, well, regardless, the weaker one is always going to be, I mean, the stronger one is always going to be followed. So if Eric was telling me NQ is stronger, then it's confirming my ES trades. But when he says ES is stronger, I don't really know how to confirm my trades at that moment.
That's exactly where I'm at. I was thinking that exact same thing because I thought, oh, you just pay attention to the stronger one. If NQ is a stronger one, let's wait for it to hit support and then ES will follow. But
when ES is the stronger one, you're like, well, I don't know because I'm not taking trades off NQ.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Yo, fuck Eric, yo.
Nah, dude, we
Is
gotta
this
get
the
this.
same?
This is a gem. We just
No,
we
it
gotta
is. I'm
understand.
joking. It is. I'm just saying it the way we say "fuck Carmine."
Nah, fuck it, go for real.
All right, look at this is a different example here. So
Okay.
in this moment, we're selling off. Damn it. I wish I had more candles from what happened. This is the weaker instrument. It's NQ, and then this is the stronger instrument, but they're pretty close to similar on this sell off here. ES has already broke through this demand here. NQ is at this 45-minute demand. I just don't know what happened after this. This is Friday.
I think I have that one.
Maybe I have it here.
I do have it up. Oh yeah, that's it.
It bounced. It bounced slightly for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So here, if you wanted to take this long, which is basically what you did, right, Eli?
Yeah.
At 7 what?
752. I got in at 60.95.
Damn, even on this, it kind of would make sense to take it, kind of.
Yeah.
Because NQ is the weaker instrument, and it's being supported at 45-minute demand. And ES, obviously, to me, just where it's at, I wouldn't want to go long on it just because of what we talked about already, just the heavy downside pressure. But it did slightly end up working somewhat because it bounced off here as the weaker instrument was also finding support. And if you see the actual chart here at 750 50 right here,
Yeah.
it started bouncing slightly and it pushed. Although it wasn't maybe not an A+ setup, the move did happen in an ugly manner, but that's where the weaker instrument found support and it bounced. Does it not make sense again?
I want to say it does, but then I overthink it.
Yeah.
How the fuck did you figure it out?
Just watching it every day.
Rinse and repeat.
Because when Dylan would explain it, I was like, I have no clue what he's talking about. But then just over and over watching it, I'm like, oh shit, I get it.
What video did he explain it in?
Sometimes he'll just type. Sometimes he'll just type it. That's really where I started catching on to it. He would just say it, and I'd be like, what the fuck is he saying?
The weaker instrument needs to find support for the stronger instrument.
Because the bears are in control. And if you want to see ES bounce, you don't want to see the bears be in control.
But then why emphasize the weaker?
Because the weaker instrument are the bears.
What?
So is weaker just mean bearish and stronger mean bullish?
No.
Okay, let me get that out of the way right now.
Yeah, it's never black and white like that.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, did you not hear that?
When the market's falling, the sellers are in control, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you want to see the weaker instrument bounce because that will mean sellers are legitimately not in control anymore because the weaker instrument is finding support. And if
why don't you say that about the stronger instrument?
I will say that if we're going to supply.
See, that's what confuses me. I don't understand that.
When we're in supply, you want to see what the stronger instrument is doing at its supply zone.
And when we're in support, we want to see what the weaker instrument is doing.
Exactly.
I just got to understand why eventually that'll come.
Yeah,
I think
why?
try to comprehend, like, take that, go into the market with that in mind. If we're coming down into a demand zone, then tell yourself you want to see the weaker instrument, what the weaker instrument does. If we're going into a supply zone, tell yourself you want to see what the stronger instrument is doing, and then base your studies off of that. If you say on Monday when we go into the market, we're going into a supply zone. So be like, okay, is NQ or is ES the stronger instrument? If NQ is the stronger instrument, let's see what NQ does at supply, because then ES is going to follow it.
Hey, Eli, I'm gonna need you to edit out all the shit I said about I get it and all that.
It's gonna take time. Y'all will figure it out.
Yeah, that shit was confusing.
I feel like it is gonna click though, because I understand what Eric wants to say. I just need to see the results now on my end, like as to why, and then because we're just trying to make it make sense over one example, like one screenshot. But I'm sure.
But why is it the opposite? I don't get it. Why put emphasis going into a supply on the stronger instrument and emphasis on the weaker instrument going into a demand?
Why does the weaker instrument have any importance when it's at supply?
But that's what I'm confused on the support. Why does that have any importance there too?
Because at support, it's being supported. The weaker instrument is not continuing to sell off. If it were to continue selling off, then you could create a setup in your mind where you could short at demand.
Damn, something's not clicking. I don't understand.
It's one of
You're
those.
Gonna have to just.
It's one of those. If a tree falls in the wood and no one's there to hear
it.
Fuck! This is so annoying.
It's not making sense, but there's like something in my head that's wanting to accept what Eric's saying. I just know I need a little more time with it.
Dude, I would go to sleep not understanding it. So I get where you guys are. Like, I'm not even surprised that you guys don't comprehend it.
There's an example of like all the stuff that I do understand now and makes sense to me when I try to explain it to my siblings for the first time and why they don't get it. And I'm like, it's just because I've been doing it for a whole year now. But it's not. And I understand why. There's just certain clicks that they need to connect that right now we're at this level that we can't make the sense of what Eric's explaining. But we were at that same level a year ago with other things that weren't clicking.
Yeah, but I want to get it now.
Hey, bro, you can't.
It's just like you're thinking about it, and you're like, "Come on, brain, like fucking get it." I don't.
And then also, I think if you step away and then come back like in a couple of hours, something's gonna make sense for you. Watch.
Yeah, I just gotta fucking keep working at it, I guess. I mean, it makes sense, I guess, but I can't understand why it makes sense.
I could barely explain it. I don't know.
I know it is hard to explain.
You sound like Dylan, Eric.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, that's kind of it. I think, Eloy, did you go over your trades at all this week?
Over them, like in what way? Like I noted them all, and I just
on your own.
No, I haven't had the time to like look back at them. I mean, I sit with them when I'm like I haven't had time to come back at them like a second time, but I sit with them before I leave my computer when like I'm done with the market. Like I'm just sitting and like trying to understand why I was wrong.
That's not reviewing your trades, man.
It's like, yeah, I definitely didn't then. I'm not saying I did. I was like, that's as far as my review has gone.
Yeah, journaling is not reviewing.
Yeah, that's for sure. Damn, I see posts about that a lot. They say, "Why are you journaling if you're not going over it?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Shoot, that's them." So do that for sure. It has to be done. I think
That's
that'll
how you
help a
collect your
lot.
data.
But when you review your trades again, what exactly are you guys looking for?
Just little details, little nuances in what you did, like why you picked your stop, why you picked your target, why you picked your entry, when you did it, what the market was doing while it was happening, what your mindset was while you were in it, before you took it. Like it's just every little single detail.
Like
And then,
on wins. Go ahead.
go for it. Well, no, eventually you'll start to see patterns and why you take the trades, and then that's the data you got to collect. You see all the patterns the reasoning why you took a trade and what your setup was, and then you'll start to see patterns for the winners, start to see patterns for the losers, and you'll avoid those mistakes for the losers, and you'll start taking more of those winners.
For sure.
Like, there was one day in this past week where I had taken a screenshot of my book map and I couldn't tell where my entry was. And it was annoying the hell out of me. I can't find the screenshot I had though.
Hey,
But
maybe you should.
when I went,
Oh, I was gonna say maybe you should review a trade to like give Eloy like a template of how to review it.
Let me start a video
That's
for
what
that
I
one
was
because this one's been going on.
Yeah, you started.